Legion's Secret, the shocking truth. Welcome, and thank you for joining us here at the Codex Creed. A place where we designed for mature Christians can come and be watered. Today, we are reviewing the Legion's Secret, the shocking truth. The untold truths that many pastors have refused to tell us. Let us begin. We find the story of the Legion in Mark chapter 5 verses 1 through 20. And it is amazing to us that. But the making of a legion is a topic many pastors will not speak on. In Matthew chapter 12 verses 43 to 45, our Lord shared, when the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, he walketh through dry places, seeking rest, and findeth none. Then he said, I will return into my house from whence I came out. And when he comes, he findeth it empty, swept, and garnished. Then goeth he, and taketh with himself 7 other spirits more wicked than himself. And they enter in and dwell there, and the last state of that man is worse than the first. Even so shall it be also unto this wicked generation. We are told when an unclean spirit leaves a man. For visual references, we will name this unclean spirit a smoking cigarette spirit. But there are millions of named and unnamed unclean spirits. Some we consider to be habits, others we consider to be ways. Nevertheless, the unclean spirit is any spirit dwelling within a person and defiling them. We are told that this unclean spirit is intelligent and have emotions. A spirit and a soul. But there is one thing that man has that this unclean do not have. And that's a body. The very thing which makes a person legal. Legal for what? To do business on this earth. Without a body, the person becomes illegal and can no longer remain here to do business. This is why Satan disputed the archangel over the body of Moses. And this is why unclean spirits stick to inhabit a body. Here we see the unclean spirit, after being cast out of a person, go through 3 stages. Dry places, seeking rest, and finding none. The important fact here is not the stages of the unclean spirit, but the fact that it was cast out. How? It's simply the person in which it first dwells cast it out. The unclean spirit is strong, but the person still is master over their body. And they have the ability to reject an unclean spirit out of their lives, the body. The unclean spirit knows this fact, though this is why it reasoned its return strategy. It concluded that it would return with 7 more unclean spirits more wicked than it. Why? Because if the person has a lying spirit, a drug spirit, a drinking spirit, or lust spirit, the person would be more inclined to focus on them. And the removal of them out their lives before they focus on their smoking cigarette spirit. Now how did this person cast out this unclean spirit? There are countless ways, but they all surround the will to simply reject them. Many go through some form of program or counseling. Programs such as DNA and countless others. Now the person has the power to cast out unclean spirits from within them. But they don't have the power to keep them out. The unclean spirit returns almost effortlessly. Now it is the state in which the person is in that allows this return. The person is said to have been empty, swept, then garnished. In other words, the person is free from indwelling spirits. They are cleaned up from the state they were in with the unclean spirit. And they are pleasing to see, more so their lives are pleasing to look upon. The problem with this person is their understanding. That it's not if the unclean spirit will return, but when this unclean spirit will return. And the lack of preparation speaks volumes about this person. They would seek temporary relief over everlasting relief. This person did one of many things. They simply rejected, quit, or stopped their habit. And in so doing they cast out the unclean spirit out of their lives. Or they went through a specific program designed to help them overcome what we refer to as an addiction. Or they were put into a situation where they had to quit. like being incarcerated, hospitalized, or placed in a program like the armed forces. Regardless of the means, the results were the same: the unclean spirit was cast out. Now the unclean spirit returned with 7 more wicked unclean spirits. The person now doesn't have 1 unclean spirit but 8. The one they had plus the 7 it returned with. Here's where our math comes into play. Now let's say this person takes another program and casts out the 8 unclean spirits. How many will return? 64, correct. The 8 plus 7 for each of them, which equals 64. Now let's say they go through an extensive retreat and cast out all 64. How many will return? 512, correct. And let's say this person is incarcerated and cast out all 512. How many will return? 4096, correct. And this is only the 4th time this person has cast out the unclean spirits in their lives. Imagine the indwelling number which a person possesses doing this 8 or 15 times. Now in the text, it is recorded that when our Lord commanded the demons to come out of this man, they requested to be allowed to enter the 2,000 swine being tended to nearby. And the unclean spirits went out and entered into the swine, and the herd ran violently down a steep place into the sea. They were about 2,000 winky face and were choked in the sea. Mark 5 verse 13. From that verse, we hold that it was about 2,000 swine, but 4,000 or more demons. How do we hold to this belief? Simply by the actions of the swine. Immediately the swine ran down into the sea. Why? Because it was at least 2 or more demons to enter them and sought to control them, which prompted this behavior. These simple animals understood the unholy battle that had just entered them. At least 2 demons battled for control of them. Over what, you may wonder? Over its body. This is Legion's secret. The secret demons do not want you to know. That their main goal is to possess a body. Why? Because a body makes you legal to do in this realm. If you don't have a body, then you are illegally here and you are prohibited from doing business here. This is why Satan sought the body of Moses. He wanted to use it to do business in this realm. This is also why Satan used the body of the serpent in the Garden of Eden, in order to carry out his desires in this world. Just like all demons, they need a body and not just anybody. The bodies of animals are the least sought after, because only one demon could take up residence in the animal. But the body of a man has the capacity to house an insane number of demons. This man housed over 4,000 demons and still lived, where 2,000 swine destroyed themselves over the same amount of demons. Our Lord promised all believers not to see corruption, meaning that upon the prophecy of casting 1/3 of the stars upon the earth, God has promised to remove them and those who have passed away, so their bodies cannot be used by demons once they are cast out of heaven. Therefore, this is the truth and secrets of Legion that pastors refuse to share with us. They want our bodies in order to live out their wicked desires before judgment. Notice the 8 manifestations of the presence of the Legion. 1. They live amongst the dead, meaning they are constantly in the company of unbelievers, hypocrites, and those who reject Jesus. 2. They have been victimized by others, and the majority of them go on to victimize others. 3. Unrestricted ways. Anything goes. 4. No one can reason with them or humble them. 5. Loud, prideful, and restless. 6. Emotional, can't control their emotions. Have mental issues. 7. Multiple tattoos, body piercings, and body alternations. 8. Seeks help and desire healing but don't know exactly where the healing resides. This is why they reject the demons but have no power to gain permanent healing. And the demons return and they get worse and worse. We hope these amazing truths have enriched your lives. and help prepare you for our Lord's return. We would love it if you would share, like, or subscribe to our channel, where we post weekly principles believers may grow by. If you are blessed by the content in this video, please leave a comment below. Thank you for joining us. Have a great day.